This is Brent's shrimp version of the famous gurgler fly. He likes either fishing this fly by popping it with a floating line, or stipping it with an intermediate line.
Well, good day and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'll tie you up a shrimp gurgler. This is a pattern that's been fishing really well for us over the years. So we get started. I'll show you all the little techniques as we go along. We've got a size 1. This is a Shaughnessy bend hook here. That's a nice hook. I can also use these Gamakatsu 1/0 perfect bend. These are a little lighter shank, a little lighter wire, but really good hook for this application as well. So you can just use your favorite hooks, whatever you're into. Okay, let's get started here with the thread and 3/0 flat thread. I like to use flat thread when I'm tying with any foam flies. It doesn't cut the foam. Come around to the bend here. I'll give you the materials as we go along. And we'll be starting here with some craft fur. This is kind of a barred craft fur. Picked up at a hobby shop, Hobby Lobby to be exact. If you're down near one, look some of this stuff up. I use a lot of this. Really nice material. And if not, you can just take a tan craft hair and put some markings on it with a pen, felt pens. That's what we did before we had this, before we found this stuff. So I'll just kind of envelope that around the back here, get that started and tied the butts down. Check it out, make sure anything wants to pull out. It's the time to do it because you can always just add a little more hair. Don't want to. When I do my videos for you, I just tie it right as they come off. If there's little mistakes made here or there, that's just fly tying. So I don't sit here and try to polish them all up. I just do it as it's like you're sitting here with me. That's just all we want to do. Appreciate you visiting and following our videos. Okay, now I will need our next step here, which is going to be a little bit tedious. I've got my eyes, my shrimp eyes, I've made myself. You can buy them as well. So what I've done here, I'll just, I'm going to take my camera down to the desk. I've taken some 30-pound test bite tippet here, okay? And then I'll come in here, I've got my 2 red glass beads on there. I'll just flare out each end with my torch. So the bead doesn't fall off. And you can also flare that up. You can let it burn into a bigger glove and just use Sally Hansen's on there too. That works as well if you don't have glass beads. A couple different options for you. So when I get them down, that's didn't take long for that to dry, of course, after I melted that mono. Then I'll just take some bone dry here, Solres bone dry, just so it doesn't slide up. Now put that on my torch. Just hold the bead in place and we'll come and do that on the other side. And that'll just snug everything up for you. I'm going to do something with the switch on my light. It's on flasher mode right there. Okay, that's all right. We got our little UV on there holding everything into place. That's good. Now we'll just cut these in half. And then they're ready to go on the hooks. Let's go back to the vise here. Get back to business. So that was kind of boring, but anyway, show you how to do it. I just curve them out. one on each side. You can flatten them on out if it's spinning on you a little bit, if it's turning. There we go, we got them both the same length. Cut the tips off. Okay, now we'll just keep bringing our materials in. I always like to add a little on shrimp flies. I like to put a couple strands of black crystal flash. Just let that hang out the back. That's always represent that. Now I'll throw in a little bit of this. Is kind of a coral colored crystal flash. And just put a couple strands of that in there as well. It's way too much. Just a little bit. You can. A lot of times we kill flies with too much flash, in my opinion. And sometimes you can't put enough on. I don't know. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, and that's good. That's why you tie your own flies. You can trick them out the way you like. As long as the fish keep eating them and you like tying them the way they look and you have confidence in the way they fish, you're 90% there. So we get as much fun out of tying flies as we do fishing them, don't we? Okay, so now we'll need some foam, and this is larva lace. This is the open cell foam, the nice, this is large, nice and thick for these big flies. You want good foam. And I'll cut this in about a 1/2 inch strip. I'll be coming forward here, right about halfway up. And I'll bind this all the way down on the top. Get a bit of a taper going here now. Oh, talking, I forgot my secret sauce here. The best, save the best for last, and I almost missed it. I always like to add, not always, but I like to add rubber legs on a lot of flies, and this silly legs and fire tip sand and orange really work well on this pattern. Take 2 strands of that. Don't forget the silly legs. Put 2 on each side. There we go. That just creates a lot of movement. Now we'll tie our foam on. Wrap it back over itself. Now we'll need an underbody on this one. There's nothing on the bottom holding here. I'll take some of this woolly bugger chenille. Tie some of that in. Then my hackle on the front is going to be some medium Palmer chenille in root beer color. And here this fly, you can, if you have your shrimp where you're fishing, might be a little different coloration, of course, then you just tie it to whatever colors you think will work. Match the hatch, if you will. Shrimp are our main food source, as we know, for saltwater fish. So I'll wrap my body material forward about halfway. I'm bringing my hackle. Oop. Get those legs back where they belong. Get about 3 turns. I don't like to overdo it. Oh, there's that one hackle just keeps following me around, doesn't he? Okay, then I'll just take a nip off the top here, just trim a little of that bit off, so it's not so much there, and then we'll bring our foam over the top. Get a nice soft turn right there. And then you can start binding it down a little bit. That gives it enough flotation. Now, it's not as much as the other gurgler. I had a couple short pieces of this woolly bugger chenille, so I'm just going to add another one. So that's all tied down nice. Now I'll take a couple more turns of that chenille. Tie it off. Grab my hackle again. Couple turns there. Tie that off. Now I'll bring in another segment. Make sure it's straight of the foam. My thread head to the eye. And just fill it in with chenille and the flash. Trim it off the side here. Pull it back. Tie it down really good and tight. We got nice flat thread here. Some up top. I just kind of move them. They just don't come off the bottom right. I'll tie another little segment up front. There we go. Grab my whip finish tool. Whip that down. Trim off the top here. We got a shrimp gurgler. If you want to put some UV on there to finish that off, that'd be a good idea. Head cement, whatever you want to use. Okay, and like I say, this fly, trim off a couple of little side ones. That's good too. But it's a pretty good little bug. Like I said, I can fish that right on top. I can fish it under the surface a little bit, move it a little radical or slow, just see what the fish want. But it's a pretty neutral, buoyant type fly, so I can fish in shallower water. I fish lots in the open water too, not just tight in mangroves. I don't put a weed guard on it. I like to fish this one. Well, it's pretty versatile pattern. You can fish it almost anywhere. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again on our next video.
Thanks for watching Brent's fly fishing instructional series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.